who seem to be prepared to sort of actually hold people accountable, or at least do things that should hold people accountable. It's not, it remains to be seen what actually happens. But basically, they're just like dunking all over these dipshit politicians who have nothing to say other than just, well, we need to make schools safe. Thoughts. So this has made a lot of people whose brains are broken pretty upset. They don't understand why we haven't stopped talking about this, I guess. They also just generally have a view of the world that is very strange. I think I heard somebody say conspiracy theorists, they're like the quote that I thought was good was like, they're the last believers in an ordered universe, meaning that like if something bad happens, it seems incomprehensible. It's not incomprehensible. There's somebody behind it type thing.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why there's such, in particular about all of these shootings,
right.
Why there's so many.
Because it's like, why the fuck is this happening? Why would somebody just shoot up a school? Like, even if they were bullied or whatever, like, I mean, at least target the people, but you just hate everybody. It's crazy.
But it's just like, it's so horrible that people can't
So,
imagine it happening. So naturally, it's all staged to take their guns away.
So, the usual suspects are kind of doing this thing where they're sort of saying, well, it turns out this kid, David Hogg, he was in California a few months ago, so he definitely didn't go to this school. He's a crisis actor, and he's being put up, George Soros is paying for it, or whoever's paying for it.
My favorite thing about that, too, is that, like, the thing that he was on the news for in California was, like, not a thing.
It was like a lifeguard yelling at his friend, and he took video.
Yeah.
and he grew up there, but then he moved to Florida, and like he was visiting. Like, this is not like,
is the implication that you're using a crisis actor to capture a lifeguard yelling at his friend? Like,
they just think it's a gotcha, but the gotcha doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's so insane. Obviously it's insane,
like,
but it's
and they do like their image macros where they have these insane like it's like the Beautiful Mind, where they have like this yarn between everything, but it's like that, but with like lines on a JPEG of just like, this is actually an actress, this is actually blah blah blah, and none of them even look like each other, which is always good. But so the usual people are like Gateway Pundit, I think, ran a thing that they haven't taken down. Maybe the dumbest guy in news, that Jim Hoft guy who runs Gateway Pundit, pretty impressive, and just an odious person. And obviously the granddad of them all is Infowars, Alex Jones, who had to apologize to the Sandy Hook people for being a Sandy Hook truther, and basically had to like through gritted teeth be like, if I offended anyone, I'd like to apologize. Which is not even good. You can't say if I offended anyone.
Yeah.
Well, they never back down, and the reality is they never. Even if they do back down, it doesn't matter. And that's the thing about all this stuff, which is why this idea of and we're going to get to why, but this whole like deplatforming thing is like, well, what about, the marketplace of ideas, blah, blah, blah. And what if they're proven wrong? Fine, then prove them wrong. It's like, yeah, but no, everybody stops fucking paying attention after the first thing comes out.
Nothing
so they
goes
shouldn't be
away.
able to fucking say it in the first place. If they get engaged in that kind of behavior, then fuck them, and like, you're not constitutionally entitled to have a social media page. It's bullshit. So anyway, so
like the way the news works right now, retractions are useless. They're literally useless.
And the smart guy conservatives who are smarter than everyone else, they love to point out like, well, this one got 10,000 retweets and the correction got 40 retweets. It's like, okay, dude, like you got everybody, no shit. It's not a healthy environment. Like, okay,
nobody finishes the article, but they definitely read the footnote at the end.
Right.
So anyway, Alex Jones and Infowars were peddling their usual bullshit, and YouTube has this thing where it's like a 3-strike system. So there's different ways to get strikes, but if you get 3 and they don't like warn you they're coming, like you just get them. If you get a 3rd one, I think you're just out. Like you lose your channel.
They ban you.
Yeah. So
they demonetize everything for sure.
Well, I think demonetize sooner. I think.
Yeah.
They actually take away your account after 3.
So what do you get strikes for?
Well,
copyright infringement, and then I'm not sure,
maybe copyright stuff. Targeted harassment would be stuff. I think they like. I mean, I'm sure there's all their terms are also fucked because none of them ever thought they'd have to reckon with like this sort of like weird news ecosystem where like people are just not watching the news and are just watching whatever's trending on YouTube. Like it's
it's crazy because it's not as bad as Twitter, but for a thing, it's like for someone to say like the Sandy Hook stuff and be like, this is a fake mass murder of children, and then they're like, strike 1. Like that's not. You haven't created a system that works for that.
So Infowars just got their 2nd strike.
Got it.
And it's kind of like theatrical because it's like if the strike comes down, it's like, oh shit, like you're done or whatever. Maybe they give you a chance to put your affairs in order, but then you're gone.
That's exciting.
And Alex Jones has been he like basically one of the teens, the guy who was the in California, so they all think he's fake because he filmed a lifeguard.
The crisis actor, Hogg.
David Hogg. he like quote retweeted Alex Jones or something like, like fuck you, man, you're accusing everybody of being crisis actors, blah blah blah, or something like that. And so he responded. Alex Jones has been like all in his mentions all day, like, excuse me, sir, you're defaming me. I didn't say these things. Please, I'd welcome an open debate of these issues. Blah blah blah. Yeah. And so now it's gotten to the point where they're like, this would be a big, I assume, financial blow to InfoWars if they lost their YouTube channel, because like they have tons of subscribers, and I assume that's how they hawk all their horse shit, pills and stuff. I mean, they have their own, but they do their streams, I think, through YouTube. I don't think they have their own platform. I'm sure they'll get their own platform. If there's a massive deplatforming of these sort of like fringe people, then there will be some, like equivalent of like Gab for Twitter. There'll be some shithead YouTube that starts up, I'm sure. But
they should just call it that.
And then all the and then all the teens will go watch like 45-minute lectures by like a fat guy in his bedroom about race realism, which is apparently a thing that happens, which is very disturbing. But anyway, so he basically is now begging David Hogg to like sort of, I guess, intercede on his behalf. And they're saying like CNN's trying to deplatform us, they're coming after us, and
that's what I don't. How did he get from you're a crisis actor to you somehow have power over my YouTube page? Is it because he's a crisis actor and therefore a member of the media?
Well, because he's plugged in with the media. He's got ties with the Illuminati or whatever. I assume. I'm sure he's not going to say that in this part of the video, because that obviously doesn't help us. He's not that stupid that he would, know. But
he's begging this kid.
There's been a strain even among the sort of adults in the room, to the extent there are any, like that idiot Eric Erickson who like shot up the New York Times. Remember that guy? He like the fucking ham with a pulse motherfucker. He said that like, actually these kids are bullies. This is bullying. They're bullying. They're being mean to guns.
They're bullying guns.
Yeah. They're being mean to guns and gun owners. And we this is just not right. This is, they shouldn't be attributing motives to anyone. They shouldn't be saying that people want people to be murdered. That's just not appropriate. And this is bullying. And it's like, well, they would like to just be alive. I don't think that's unreasonable. But anyway, so let's get that.
They try to do this like cute, like little, like, oh, we can own people too, and it's like, you've chosen of all the people that you decided to start owning. Why was it the survivors of a school? Like what?
Right. How does that help
you? That's
the worst PR you could possibly have.
Yeah, they have this complete disconnect. I don't know.
I don't think the NRA and those people were prepared for this. Where like, it wouldn't just work and people would go away.
Yeah, well, that's what's like.
There's only 5 million members. That's not a lot. That is such a small percent. They say like 5 million strong. It's like, who fucking cares? Even if you really double it, that's not a number that moves the needle anywhere.
Yeah, and like if it's 5 million gun owners versus children who are like, stop killing us. Like that's, I don't know. And it's hard to not be sympathetic even if you're a fucking asshole.
And with the general trend of like, I mean, obviously, younger people tend to like, this is, you cannot, it takes away all their crutches that they lean on, because you can't talk about politicizing it, because they're the people that can decide that. They happen to be like an incredibly progressive, like just youth in general are so progressive and like active now that it's like, you just gave the biggest fuel to people that were already very motivated. Yeah. And it's just like, this one isn't
and they're really fucking good at online, so they're gonna make fun of you.
And we're past the point where everyone's civil, right? So like this idea of like, well, please, let's be civil. It's like, oh, fuck you, dude. Like you passed that point a long time ago when you're chained to lock her up for Hillary or whatever. We're done with this shit. So anyway, so
I want to hear. I've not heard.
So now we have Alex Jones in front of a map of the world to show he's a serious man. Mm-hmm. Is now making an impassioned plea to David Hogg. Challenging him to a debate.
But even behind him in the map is Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Which they're the globalists. Like, they're back there. They got the orb.
David Hogg is the main spokesperson of the anti-gun lobby. He's one of the survivors of the tragic event where the police are now admitted to have stood down and where the shooter was on psychotropic drugs yet again. And he has come out on his Twitter account and called me all sorts of names, said I'm a scam artist, said I was sued by people from Sandy Hook, which I wasn't, and basically, he says I'm a piece of you-know-what-T. You know what?
You know what?
I'm not CNN lobbying to have InfoWars shut down, and they actually have frozen our YouTube account. And I'm just asking Mr. Hogg, do you support the First Amendment? I know you don't support the Second Amendment. And can you come out and set the record straight that I didn't say these things? Why are you defaming me and saying I'm bullying you like you're a child when you're not? You're an adult and a public figure. You've challenged me to a debate on Twitter. People can see it, but now you're not responding. Were you just trying to bait me to try to get me to be rude because I haven't done it yet? Please, Mr. Hogg, stand up for the First Amendment and come on the show.
Hey, Mr. Hogg. First, he's talking to a 17 or 18-year-old kid, calling him Mr. Hogg.
Yeah.
And I know you don't stand for the Second Amendment, but do you stand for my First Amendment right to say that you're a fake survivor of a shooting?
The tone of this is so funny, but it's also very familiar to me in... he has the exact tone of the third Tinder message from someone who you have not yet responded to, where they are both resentful and needy to you, like both. That's exactly how he sounds.
Check in.
He's like, yeah, the next one's gonna be like, all right, fine, you're at the house anyway, bitch. Like that's his next video.
Exactly. That's exactly how he sounds to me. It's just he's going back and forth from negging to pleading.
Mr. Hogg, please. Now, I did not say that you were all in league with Satan. I said that you were in league with Planned Parenthood, which is, of course, servant of Satan. But that does not mean you're directly in league with Satan. Please correct the record. Come on the show. Please give me your star power so we can get some more viewers. I'm not a scam artist. By the way, before we go any further, I wanted to point out this product that I sell here. It's called these brain pills. They're really great. They contain all this milk thistle, which is really wonderful stuff for your brain. And it's $800. Thank you.
Yeah. I like his reluctance to curse as well. That's great.
Yeah.
It did say that, I said that none of the children are died and that those were fake bodies, and that is not bullpucky, sir. That is true.
Yeah. He doesn't want to be offensive. He'll just claim. Yeah. But I think I've talked about this on the show before because it's one of my favorite Alex Jones merch facts. Do you guys know what his brand of coffee is called?
Oh, you did mention it. It's a good pun.
I will mention it anytime he comes up because I love it. The Alex Jones official coffee blend is called Wake Up America.
Yeah, it's good.
Extremely good.
Yeah.
This is what's so strange too. Like, he lives in Austin. Like, people see him around.
Yeah.
Like, he's just around. And if you go up to him in person and call him on any of this stuff, he's like, yeah, it's an act. Like, he's like,
he did it when he was in the child custody thing.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a performer.
Actor. Yeah. And it's the kind of thing where, like, if there weren't people that actually fucking believed this shit, that weren't like so around the bend that they're gonna like go up to people and like confront them, why are you lying about this? Like if he was just like a guy who was, and he was for a while, you know what I mean? When this before this kind of blew up, but even after 9/11, which is when he kind of made his bones, on like the whole conspiracy thing, but like even like the early to mid 2000s, it was like, this is like really funny shit, like, but now it's like, well, first of all, now he's like completely pivoted to bootlicking state media because he loves Trump, so like it's kind of annoying in that sense. Like, it's not like anti-establishment at all anymore. But like, it was kind of funny, but it's like, it's not funny anymore because shit like this. Like,
it was like AM radio funny, and now it's like, oh, people are like shooting up Comet Pizza.
People are sending death threats to the family of,
Well, I don't think this is like the newest, but it's like, that's what's so ridiculous to me. Partly about like when Trump said that thing, it's like, oh, it's a violent media. It's violent movies and video games. It's like, wait, okay, so you're saying that like violent movies and video games have inspired people to do this stuff, but something that actually represents itself as news and says that the staff of a pizza place is molesting children. And then, but somebody acting on that is like, that's just them. They're just being crazy.
But that's like, just because he's an old, uncreative asshole. That's just because he has talking points from 30 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
He has no original takes on anything.
Yeah.
Just what's the party line? Okay, these are very violent games. What do you think your fucking son is playing? Right? Like, Baron is probably.
I want to know what Baron plays.
What Baron is doing.
I don't know. What's the I
don't know enough about games
Baron's
to make a joke.
playing the same like Newgrounds dating sims that whatever. Like. Walking in. Ooh.
I really hope that Baron Trump is really into dating sims. That would be so
he's
great.
On Newgrounds.
That'd be pretty
tight. He's in some chat rooms or whatever the equivalent of that is.
So anyway, I hope I haven't gotten an update on this.
How old is Baron?
12 or 13.
Okay, yeah. Baron like full on posts on 4chan. Like, no question. Don't you think?
I don't know. He like to
I bet he's like on the internet all the time. I bet
probably.
I bet he's a poster.
Yeah, I don't know. What's your limit?
His mom might keep him off.
Yeah, like what? I don't know what your limitations are as a child. Like now.
Yeah, but like I feel like they're probably bad parents, right? Is my guess.
Well, I don't know what else. I don't know what else she does.
Yeah.
She's anti-bullying online. There's a huge agenda that she.
Though maybe because I feel like there's a big thing with just general internet stuff where there's a lot of celebrities and different people like actually have started doing more because nobody knows who you are on there. Like,
yeah,
you know, like, so fucking celebrities are on Xbox Live and like on 4chan. There was like a huge conspiracy where people were trying to figure out because so many people were sure that Taylor Swift was like a regular 4chan browser.
That's not true.
Like, yeah, no I know, way. But it was like it's just, but
it makes conceivable sense.
Disprove it because if you're Taylor Swift, your interactions with everyone in life are so strange and stilted and have been since a fairly young age that maybe you want to go fucking post weird memes and like she's just posting gore pics all day. My
favorite thing about the way that people have been treating these kids is that they're like, oh, I see you're really interested in gun violence. Interesting how you don't talk about Planned Parenthood. And it's like, what? Wait, hang on. Like,
also,
my one thing is the gun thing. Like, because I just had the gun thing just happened to me.
Yeah.
Like, am I not allowed to have a week and a half of talking about this? Like, come on.
Nope.
Yeah, like,
when will you address Planned Parenthood?
They will talk about.
They're selling baby parts.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just saying, you're not, like I said, I didn't say that you're a crisis actor. I said that you are an actor. That's a key difference here.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know.
Anyway, I gotta.
David Hogg, please respond, sweetie. Please respond, Mr. Hogg.
Mr. Hogg, looking hot.
Send feet, Mr. Hogg.
I have as I said, we got a strike on our YouTube channel, so please come into our channel and debate me, where I will inevitably get mad, insult you, and receive the final strike on my YouTube channel.
Like, that's absolutely gonna happen.
Mr. Hogg, pleplease, can we continue this conversation on Kick? Then we can send pics. Thank you very much.
I don't understand. Like do you know how mortified it would be to like go to a party and find out someone I'd like talk shit about in a group DM was there? This person can be like, I mean, it'll be awkward because I said that his friend's dying was fake, but I do need to talk it out.
Right.
Like,
well, this is the best because it's like, join me in the marketplace of ideas. And it's like, no. You can just say no. And there's no, like, what are you going to, I won this interaction. You chose not to debate.
You're not entitled to an argument with anyone, but you're especially not entitled to an argument with a traumatized victim of a school shooting that you called fake. Like, if anyone you're not entitled to their time, it's that person.
The little note 1.5 amendment, which says you have to debate me in the marketplace of ideas. You cannot refuse.
We must debate.